Good morning, we're back, we're live. Welcome to MADMAN, making our picks. It's football season, and by the way, it's week one again because this week is week one of the NFL. Guys, let's talk a little bit about last week. What do you guys think?
I hear Denise was perfect.
I did. I had the perfect score. I didn't win anything.
That's right.
I want to tell you guys something though. You know, it's
That
hard.
sounds like my first divorce.
It's hard to win when you bet with your heart. You know, I always pick with my heart. But I'm getting serious now. Okay? I'm not having these guys give me a hard time anymore. Wait till next week. That's all I have to say to you guys.
Oh, and speaking of next week, I think some West Virginia jerseys.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That was.
Speaking of picking with
was
your
there
heart.
a game? Did someone play West Virginia?
Yeah, I mean,
We may be double or nothing this week. We may allow you to get out of that bet if you play your cards right.
we might
I
have to
don't
get out of
have
that.
anything West Virginia.
I don't
believe
either.
me,
I don't
in
know
my
anything
closet.
WVU.
Don't
You're
worry.
in luck because they sell it. They sell it
Do
locally.
they really?
Yeah.
Just
I'll pick
kidding.
yours
There's a
up.
lot of friends I have that like the
Yeah.
Mountaineers and
I
God
might-
bless you.
I might have to borrow a shirt from our boy Chris down there in Rangus.
We can hook you guys up. And like Zach said, we may give you the opportunity to wiggle your way out of this one, being so early in the season. Guys, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We all know that. So none of us had a great week pick-wise. Man, what a week! Tom
A lot of
Herman
upsets.
could that seat be any hotter right now for Tom Herman or Harbaugh? I mean,
Oh, I'm worried about him getting fired already. I mean, he's on the hot seat.
I hear if Harbaugh gets fired, he should be the next coach of Richlands High School. Could
Bless
be a
his heart.
win-win, I don't know.
it could be.
But what happened to him? I mean, he was just always a steady, he won everywhere he went before. So I don't know.
Could be those $8 million a year things that get him as well.
Oh yeah, you never.
Tom Herman in Texas, man, I tell you, last year they go up to Maryland, they get just demolished in a team that they thought was going to actually make a run for that Big 12 championship. And again this year, and again in the revenge spot, Tom Herman takes Texas to Maryland, and they got run over top of it. It's just wild weekend.
It
Yeah,
was a
it
lot
was in
upsets.
front of about 200 fans too. So I was a little surprised by that. But
Are you sure there were 200 there? I mean,
maybe 190. I don't know. I didn't get to count. But there was, it was embarrassing for Texas. And I know ironically, there's Texas fans here in Southwest Virginia. Who knew?
well, I was
But-
born in Texas, okay?
Well, that's understandable.
Thank you.
But a lot of these people who are Texas fans are sad and confused nonetheless.
Right. Another couple games too, guys. Alabama showed out. Of course, they finally picked him a quarterback. Looked good against some subpar talent. Louisville's defense is suspect. And Coach O, he pulls it through for LSU. And of course,
Look at their
Monday night on
quarterback,
the show,
Burrow, though. Wow.
he did a great job.
He was awesome. I was not expecting him to play that well.
Played
I was
well.
shocked.
Yeah,
But,
young
I'd say
kid,
this
transferred
is that
from
kid.
Ohio State, did a real good job. Florida State, Virginia Tech, the only game on the board Monday night. Tech showed up. They Bud Foster's defense, guys. It's anytime you give him time to prepare.
Bud Foster's defense looked awesome.
Yeah.
Being a Tech fan, it's one of the few times you're pleasantly surprised at a big game. Sometimes Tech finds a way to not show up at big games. Monday night, they showed out, and they're going to look good this year unless they find a banana peel to slip on. And hopefully that doesn't happen
For
this year.
Francois, though, I have to, give hats off to that kid. He was out last year, the whole season after the first game. I think he would be much better, but his offensive line is going to have to help him out. He can't keep taking those beatings,
No.
I mean, the poor kid was going down again and again, and I was like, no, not again. I have to say, I hope he does better. Florida State does a little bit better. It was a shock, but is this the first time, guys, that Virginia Tech has ever beaten Florida State?
No, they've beaten a few
Really?
times.
I
Yeah.
can't
First time at Doak Campbell
Yeah.
that they beat
Okay, well,
in a home game. And
Beat them
I
a few
just
times in Blacksburg, beat them a few times in the ACC championship game, but I don't know if we'll ever get back to that national championship game in 2000 where we went down to the Superdome and
Florida State.
fell apart in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter. That's exactly what happened.
That's why so many people that are Virginia Tech fans don't like Florida
Oh,
State
exactly,
because
yeah.
of that national championship when Florida State won. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but guys, big weekend. Don't forget, guys, I know we've talked about this. We mentioned it several times on our show. Listen to us on Star 95 every Thursday morning. Check this out afterwards. Also, don't forget about Madman Turn Santa.
Oh,
this
definitely.
year.
No, that's so important. There are so many people in the area that need help. Their children are not going to have a good Christmas if it weren't for people like Madman Santa and what he did last year. And it's going to be bigger and better this year, right, Madman?
We are trying to take care of 40 kids this year. That's our goal. So far, we've had a couple people reach out to us and send in donations. So, guys, thank you guys for that. We appreciate it. Make sure you send those letters in. If you know someone that has kids, you want them to have a Merry Christmas, let's make sure to see these kids' dreams come true this year and watch them open up these gifts, because we're real excited about that.
Hopefully we can deliver some West Virginia gear here soon as well. Man.
Still not happy about it.
Can we move on?
No.
You guys
I
make
guess every time the door opens, we might as well
next
stay.
week.
Yeah, right.
Candy's going to be on the bench next week.
Oh, I'm gonna be with you.
So guys, don't forget about Madman Turn Santa. We're also doing the Madman Gives Back this year. That's going to be in Taz with the Heritage Hall. We're taking those donations. Once again, send in your check or money order to Madman in the Morning, P.O. Box 625, Cedar Bluff, Virginia 24609. Let's get to a little bit of football, guys. It's time. Week 1 of the NFL. Some more college this week. And don't forget my dog of the week. And by the way, guys, I hit both of my dogs last week. Liberty 52-10 over Old Dominion.
Yeah,
And
that was-
Marshall pulled the
that's
outright
true.
upset over Miami of Ohio 35-28. So
I think you know a little bit about football.
I still
Little
need,
bit.
I still
Little
need
bit.
What
one.
about, speaking of last
only
week,
one week.
speaking of last week, Madman and I are 500.
We
on
are.
our picks. These two,
they're,
not so much.
they're combined maybe 20%.
I'm only one game behind. I'm only one game behind you guys. Come on.
Hey, listen. I have a problem sometimes. I let my heart get in the way, but that's not happening anymore.
Yeah, look at the coffee cup. We can see that.
Oh yes, this is my baby right
I think
here,
that thing's
Cowboys.
leaking.
Yeah. Like their defense.
It's solid.
It's porous.
It's solid. Cowboys are solid.
You can only pour that thing half full before it falls apart.
Yeah.
We'll have more on this later.
Guys, first on the board this week, we got a few games we're going to pick. We're going to start with a little college, and then we're going to get past the paid players and go ahead and get on to the NFL. So, Duke Northwestern, both of those guys are 1-0. We'll start with that one. Always an intriguing game, the ACC Big Ten. It's the lower part of that Big Ten, lower part of that ACC. But I'm telling you, Duke, these last few years has been a team with Cutcliffe down there, quarterback whisperer, as we should say. And Duke is getting 2.5 playing Northwestern on the road. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with this one myself. And I like Duke, guys. I think Duke plays ball. I think Duke goes in there and keeps it close. I think they may even pull the upset against Northwestern.
I completely agree. I'm going with Duke as well. I'm a big Cutcliffe guy just because, his time at Tennessee. And, yeah, I guess it's going back to me being a Tennessee fan on this one as well. But, Duke in his last couple of years has really turned it around. I mean, they played great ball. I mean, they've won games that they probably shouldn't have. I mean, they've been competitive. So I'm with you as well. I'm going to go with Duke.
Well, here we go again. I'm going to pick Northwestern. Not because I'm a Carolina fan or anything, but in basketball. But I really do feel like Northwestern's going to win this one, and that's not my heart talking.
You got to feel good about Duke. Duke at Northwestern, just north of Chicago. A lot of Duke alum work and live in Chicago. So that's almost going to be, at worst, a 50-50 crowd at Northwestern. Duke football is, they've been on the uptick, just like you said, Madman. I look for them to at least cover, if not win this ball game. So I'm picking Duke.
Yep, awesome.
Next up, we got South Carolina and Georgia. That's going to be a huge one.
Game, go Cox.
I know,
Gamecocks, baby.
old
Hopefully we don't get in trouble for that.
Yeah, let's hope not. Old man out there being a big South Carolina fan, he is. And South Carolina's played really good ball the last couple of years. Jake, the family kid, I mean, he's lights out. He's been lights out every year, and he's fun to watch. But Georgia last year, that Jake Fromm, the freshman, leading them to the leading to a national title game. Yeah, that was huge. I mean, I don't think anybody necessarily seen that coming. But in this situation, I'm gonna go with Georgia. I think they're a little bit of a better team, and I think they'll pull it out.
Well, I'm going to have to say Georgia as well. We have the two Jakes. Both of them are wonderful. I think that Jake Fromm, what is he now, a true sophomore this year?
True sophomore.
So I think he's going to be even better than last year. And I think that Georgia came close to winning it. They had a big chance, and I would not be surprised to see Georgia once again in the national championship game. So I'm going to have to go with Georgia.
Tough road SEC matchup for South Carolina here in week 2. But I think the new regime has made Athens a tough place to play again. So I'm with you guys. I got to go Georgia. Sorry, MADMAN.
Well, guys, I hate to disagree with all three of you. I'll tell
Are you
you,
betting with your heart again?
I don't think this is with my heart. With a little bit of research, I got back to looking at South Carolina's got all their weapons back on offense. They had a tight end wide receiver gone from week 1 throughout the whole season last year. Still pulled out 8 wins last season. Muschamp's finally getting that defense in order. Jake Bentley, redshirt junior, has started since he was 17 years old. So on top of the fact that Georgia's given them 10, the game's at South Carolina, and one other thing that is a key point in this game, it's triple revenge spot for South Carolina. They've lost 3 in a row to Georgia. And this year, with all their weapons back, the defense playing a little better. They may not win this game, but I think South Carolina keeps it close. And I think Georgia, with Fromm, he's a great kid, but that second year sometimes doesn't work out quite like the first year does. And last year he had just a heroic season.
Oh, he did.
To take them as far as they did.
Absolutely. As a redshirt freshman.
Right, and sometimes you have that letdown after that, whether it's the big head or overthinking your opponent or whatever the case may be. It's the second game of the season when you got to travel on the road to South Carolina. That is a very tough environment to play in. 80,000 screaming fans. I think the game stays close, and South Carolina might be upset.
They may do it, but I still think Georgia. I really think that the two Jakes are going to be the difference.
Jake Bentley,
I
those
think
two
that
guys are great.
Those are going to be the leaders,
kids,
and I
yeah.
think it's going to come down to Fromm. If he does better than,
That'll make all the difference. It sure will.
yeah.
If you ever get an opportunity, bet on Jake.
Take Jake.
Take Jake.
Jake's going to do well.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness, dear. Okay. Hey, Clemson and Texas A&M. I wish that Jimbo Fisher was back with the Florida State Seminoles, but he's not. He's moved on, and man, he's doing good so far. So Texas A&M always playing tough. Clemson always playing tough. They're with the ACC. But I'm going to say that Jimbo has inspired the Texas A&M, and I think they will be Clemson.
Ooh.
That's huge.
I do. I'm not going with my right this time, guys.
Clemson. Clemson big. Sorry, Denise.
Clemson big. Well, a couple of things about this game that I like real well. It is Dabo and Jimbo, and the thing is, they have faced each other several times in the ACC when he was at Florida State. I do think that Fisher left knowing what Florida State had, offensive line-wise, defensive line-wise, when he left. He's left that in the hands of Willie Taggart. Texas A&M, a lot of weapons. And I'll tell you what, Clemson on the road, guys, they play a lot of close ball games. It's hard to go to Death Valley and beat Clemson, and they normally blow people out. But on the road, 12th man, Texas A&M, screaming. Texas A&M, and I like Candy. I think they may pull the upset.
Thank you,
Clemson.
bad
Oh, my
man.
gosh. Well, I'm going to disagree with you.
As I knew you
We're
would.
split.
I'm gonna keep mine pretty much short and sweet, kind of like what Mayor did over there. Big Clemson, big.
Clemson big.
Yeah, they're.
And you guys like Virginia? You like Virginia Tech? And
Yeah.
you're saying, what you like?
I'm
Really
pro
hope Clemson
ACC.
messes up? Okay.
I'm pro ACC
Oh,
for the most
ACC,
part,
okay.
except Miami.
There you
Well,
go.
that's another story for another day.
I don't see very many Miami jerseys around this part of the country.
I know one
Really?
Miami fan
I
in
do.
Richlands.
I know one.
Really?
Yeah, it's hey Mike. Not this year, buddy.
Oh.
I've got Kentucky or Florida. If it was basketball,
I love this game.
if this was basketball, I would feel great about it.
Yes, you would.
But being at Florida, and Florida with a 14 and a half point favorite, I'm going to go ahead. And still, I'm still going to take Florida in points because Kentucky football plays well at home sometimes, but they're not going to go down to Gainesville and play well.
Well, anytime you play at the Swamp, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
It's a little swampy.
It's,
It is swampy. They'll hide football talent, evidence, all kinds of things can be hidden in the swamp.
And it
Play
is.
calls.
And it is.
So I'm going Florida, and Florida covering the 14 and a half this week.
Florida, Kentucky, guys. I have seen some of the craziest things happen in this game. Block punts late by Kentucky, picks late by Kentucky, fumble recoveries by Kentucky, missed field goals. It's been crazy. If you look back at Florida, Kentucky over the years, those games have been decided by 6 points, 3 points, 4 points. Unreal.
It's a
and
rivalry.
and it's always when you think Florida is ready to just blow them out of the ballpark. And so, although I love Florida in this spot, I do think Florida should beat them by more than 14 points. I've got to go with the history of this game. It is a huge rivalry. Kentucky almost beat them several times. I'm not saying they're going to win the ball game, but they're going to lose it by 6 or 4, maybe 8. So Kentucky covers.
That's huge. Yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna agree with Mayor on this. Anytime you go into the Swamp and you play Florida, it's a tough game. You know, watched Tennessee do it for years, and we've struggled. I mean, Kentucky's been a really good football program.
Tennessee's not Kentucky.
This is true. This is true. Kentucky's actually
Kentucky's good at least one sport.
This is true.
They are.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Florida. Yeah, it's a good solid pick, and I'm gonna one up y'all. I mean, I'm a little bit behind, so I've got to take these risks, and I'm gonna
That's
catch up
okay.
to you
It's
guys.
called reaching.
Grabbing straws.
Well, you know, it was I kind of was thinking like you, Frank, you know, because it seems to be a close game. Kentucky won last week, so did Florida.
Yep.
Florida won big.
Big.
And because they won so big, I think I'm going to have to go with Florida. I hate to because I like them Kentucky boys, but I'm going to have to pick Florida.
There we go. Next, guys, this is a big game. Penn State, Pitt. Next on the board, Penn State's a 7.5 point favorite. Guys, Appalachia State about pulled the biggest upset, well, since Michigan actually.
Since Michigan, yeah.
A year to, 11 years to the day, I think. So, but, you know, honestly, I think Penn State highly overrated. They lost several weapons. The quarterback by himself can't get the job done. You go on the road, you play Pitt, who's got a great defense, and they're instilling this new defense with this defensive coordinator. It's going to be trouble for Penn State. I look for Pitt to have an opportunity to win this game late, and if nothing else, maybe lose by a field goal. So I like the Pitt Panthers at home this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough game either way you go. You know, Pitt, like you said, Pitt's got that defense. I mean, they're still working on it, but yeah, I think they're gonna get figured out. Probably, even this week. But Penn State, they had a good year last year. Yeah, they've lost some players, but I'm a big fan of Penn State. I like them. I like how they play. And they keep it old school. They don't do nothing flashy. They keep their uniforms. They've been the same for years. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Penn State on this one. Like I said, I gotta reach out there and try to catch you
Still
guys.
grasping those straws, Zach.
I'll have to say this is tough for me, but I did watch the Penn State Appalachian State game. Very shocked by it going to what I think it was one overtime or two. I can't remember. One. But either way, they went to overtime with Appalachian State. Okay, I think they may have been looking past Appalachian State. So many times you see the teams looking for the next game, and I think they did not give them enough respect to really look at Appalachian State. So I think I'm going to have to go with Penn State. You know, they're hungry for this win, and Pittsburgh always plays tough. You go either way probably, but I'm going to have to go with Penn State.
I may be grabbing the straws here with Brett, but I think after last week's loss, or close loss, I should say, loss mentally
Right.
for Penn State, I think that rattled their cage. Said, hey, it's not going to be as easy as it was last year. So I think they come out on the road, rivalry game or not, I think they come out and they blow out Pitt by at least 2 scores. So I'm taking
Yeah,
Penn
and that
State.
definitely can happen because Penn State's got the talent to do it.
Yeah, so I'm going Penn State here.
Yeah, they sure do.
All right, so let's see here. Next up, we got USC and Stanford. I think this is
Big game.
This is huge.
Pac-12.
This is huge right here. You know, man, you're kind of just torn apart between which way to go. I've been looking up a few things, not a lot, and I'm gonna go with USC. I think on this one. I think that's a good solid pick. I think both teams are 1-0. It's a huge game in the conference. So I think it's gonna be maybe our game of the week. But I'm gonna go with USC.
Well, USC Stanford rival game once
Yep.
again.
Big game.
I'm gonna have to go with Stanford. Stanford seemed pretty impressive last
They did.
week.
They
So
did.
I think that's what I'm going on. I'm going to go with Stanford.
Stanford made Facebook. USC made OJ. It scares me though that I'm agreeing with Brett so much this morning. I don't know. I'm gonna go with USC on this one. I think they at least cover on the road. It's gonna be a tie ball game up in Stanford.
I think it will too, Zach, and guys, I agree with you guys. I think it is going to be a close game. Southern Cal, the other USC, not USC Gamecocks, of course, but the other USC. I think USC has got just a tiny bit more talent. I love Shaw. He does a great job of Stanford. He is probably one of the best coaches around, and consistently gets offers in the NFL and just turns them down and says, I'm staying here at Stanford. I'm going to keep coaching this football team. But I think USC's got just a tiny bit more talent this year than Stanford does. So I think USC wins this game.
But who has the biggest heart?
There you go.
Sometimes an
Sometimes
enlarged,
it works.
sometimes an enlarged heart plays against you though.
Right, and it makes you 0-10.
Yeah.
That does.
I got to go with Clay Hilton though, my distant cousin who coaches USC. I feel like he's going to have a good year, and I think he starts here at Stanford in a big conference game. So.
Oh my, Arkansas and Alabama.
No.
That was last week.
That was last week.
Oh my goodness.
Atlanta, Philly.
Oh, Atlanta.
Oh, there we go.
I'm
One of
so,
these games.
you know what? God, I am so sick of Alabama. I can't get them out of my head for some reason. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, if I was a Tennessee fan, that'd give me nightmares too.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Anyone in the SEC, right? But seriously, get Alabama out of my head. I need to get over it, right? Okay, guys. I am with, where's my pick here?
Land.
Atlanta, Philly. Well, here we go again. I
Or
don't
sweep
like
NFL.
Philadelphia either, but Philadelphia looks good. I think that they're going to win. I mean, I hate to say that. I think Atlanta's going to have a good team, but I'm going to tell you, in the NFC, there are going to be a lot of great teams this year. You know, the Rams look tough. You have Philadelphia definitely coming back from the Super Bowl win. Cowboys look tough. Did I say the Cowboys look tough? But anyway,
Tough to win.
Did she say the Cowboys look tough?
We'll
the
see about week
Cowboys
6
look
how
tough.
she feels.
But seriously, no, I'm going to have to say that Philadelphia is going to win.
Carson Wentz is out. I like that. Matt Ryan early in the year especially is always good, and I'm going Atlanta just on strictly Waffle Houses alone.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Atlanta wins on the road at Philly, so I like the Falcons.
I like the way you break that down.
You can't be Waffle
Are you
House.
hungry?
That's right. I am. We're smarter.
Tough game. Nick Foles gets the start. Carson Wentz still nursing the leg injury. I think he should be back probably week 2, week 3. But Nick Foles has played good, and until they show me something different after beating New England in the Super Bowl, I think Philly's just a stronger team. I think Philly wins the game by touchdown.
Yeah, I think me and Mayor are on to something here. Yeah, I'm going
That
with
scares
Atlanta.
me.
Are you a Waffle House guy too?
Well, yeah, I'm a Waffle House guy.
Look at us, Frank. You can tell we're Waffle House guys.
So I'm gonna go with Atlanta on this one as well. You know, Matt Ryan early in the year, yeah, he usually lights out. I mean, he plays really good ball early in the season.
This may be the game, one of the games of the week this week, and it's on Thursday on the show in town.
Yep.
2 great quarterbacks. So
Great
Nick Foles does play good, and you got great defenses. Both have great
Right.
defense and offenses, so it's gonna be a good game. to
Yeah, it's
watch.
gonna be huge. Yeah, and I can't wait to see Carson Wentz back out on the field. You know, he just brings a whole nother dynamic to the game. You know, just how he plays. But yeah, with Nick Foles, I mean, he does the same too. I mean, he does something Tom Brady can do. He comes back.
Hey, everyone would like to
So-
have 2 quarterbacks on their
Exactly.
roster like those 2 guys.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, you got two.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you can think about it. You got 2 starters.
That's right.
I mean,
2 starters.
you got- I mean-
Who has that?
Not,
You know.
not too many have that, but I'm going with Atlanta. Me and Mayor are on something. You
I
know,
hope I'm
we've
wrong
been
on this
agreeing.
one,
We've been
actually.
agreeing on board.
I'd love
so
to see him beat Philadelphia, but I just don't think they can do it.
I'm going with Atlanta.
Texans and Pats this week.
Big game.
Texans years ago, they had the talented defense, and they were right on the cusp of doing something. This year, that's not at all the case. They go into New England. New England is 7.5 favorite, and they're gonna blow out the Texans on week 1. This may be the first week 1 they're not giving out Super Bowl rings at Gillette Stadium, so that may make a few people mad. I hate to say that because I'm an anti-Pats guy, but Pats win big over the
Are
Texans.
you anti-Pats or anti-Brady? Or both?
A little both.
No, I
A little
think
both.
okay.
The entire organization, though, I'm really anti.
Are you?
So yeah, I mean everyone under that umbrella.
Yeah, and so am I, of course, being a Pittsburgh fan.
Well, you know, I'm going to surprise everyone because I'm going to pick Houston. J.J. Watt, to me, he's like one of the best defensive players.
He can't play all 22 positions,
ever.
though.
Deshaun Jackson, Watson.
Deshaun Watson's back.
Watson
He is.
is back. Thank you. So I think I'm going to have to go with Houston Texans.
I agree. I'm gonna go with the Texans as well. I mean, you look back at last year's game. Yeah, it was a fairly close
I
game.
was so disappointed.
Brett, I thought you wanted to win this week, buddy. I tried to tell you.
Don't let them mess you up.
You look back to last year's game. They should have won that. I think Texans had a really good opportunity. Deshaun Watson's back. That's huge.
Yes.
I mean, he brings another ability to the game. Because having a dual threat quarterback is huge. I mean, I think he's going to be able to really surprise a lot of people. So I'm going to go with the Texans. And one thing, I just can't stand Tom Brady.
Thank you.
Well, I can't stand Tom Brady either. And if gambling was legal, and I would have had money on that game last year, with a minute and a half left, 31, as I remember this, and you throw the ball instead of running the ball up the middle to pick the first down on a porous New England defense, game over with the lead,
I
was
completely agree.
so disappointed in that game.
If I remember correctly, you coming into work, not too happy about that.
But we've seen running on short or throwing on short yard situations work out for so many teams. Seattle Seahawks for one. So I don't know why he wouldn't throw on third.
There you go.
Michael, don't get upset
no
about the
need to
game.
hand it to Marshawn Lynch, but guys, I tell you, I think that the Texans have a little revenge on their mind.
Revenge, yes.
I think they come into this game understanding last year they had that game 1 minute and a half left, didn't pick up the first down, turned the ball back over to Tom Brady. And guys, as much as we like to say we hate New England or don't like the Pats, if you give Tom Brady the ball with more than a minute left in the ball game, you're beat if you're up by 6 or less.
He's going to go to work.
You are beat.
And they don't have the team they had.
No,
I mean,
and
they've lost players, so
Well,
you know it's
they've
not going
lost-
to be the same team.
They've lost a lot of guys in the offseason.
Right.
Probably one of the most important guys they lost last year, which is why I think the Pats don't have the season as they did last year. Was they lost? Well, you know the guy. He said incomplete. That guy. He retired, so that gives them 4 losses this year.
Does it really?
I think so because
I agree.
that referee made
Well,
some
you know,
too
that's
many
what I was
MADMAN?
wondering.
No, it was Sarah.
No.
I
can't think
I
of it.
can't
I
remember
can't
his name
remember.
off the
I was
top of my
trying to
head.
think of the name,
Yeah.
but no, it wasn't.
But,
I'm pretty sure he was the ref in the
I like.
Pittsburgh game.
He was Pittsburgh game, the Jets game.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the game, guys. I like the
Do
Texans.
you think he's still inflating the balls on that?
We'll have to wait and see.
Deshaun Watson and Texans defense is back. J.J. Watt. I think they go into New England and win the game.
Huge.
I hope you're right.
I hope I am too. Last game on the board, guys, San Fran, had to stick them on here. Playing on the road in Minnesota. They're talking about Minnesota probably being the team to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. Defense, probably one of the best in the league. San Francisco, Garoppolo, all the undefeated, I'm better than Tom Brady talk. I do like Garoppolo. I'm not a huge fan of Garoppolo going on the road and play at Minnesota. However, because it's a 4.5-point game, I think it does come down to Minnesota plays a lot of close games at home to start the season. Even in Chicago, Green Bay, those guys, it's 21-20, 22-20, a lot of close games. I think San Fran goes in and keeps it close. I think a field goal late, 20-17, somewhere in that ballpark. So I like San Fran on the road in this one.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you on this one. Yeah, Minnesota picking up Kirk Cousins, which is huge.
Very huge.
I mean, I think Case Keenum's done a great job. You can't take anything away from him. He's done a great job. He's done a lot of things that people didn't think they didn't think they would get to the playoffs with Case Keenum. But I think you got Kirk Cousins. You got somebody who can sit there and just throw it all over the daggone field. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota. They're gonna pull out the W. But it's going to be a close game. I do think it's going to be a close game, but Minnesota pulls out the W.
I don't think it's going to be close. I mean, I really don't. I think that Minnesota still has the potential to be in the playoffs and do really well this year. They did really well last year up until the last playoff game and against Philadelphia. So I really think that they have a great coaching staff. I think that they're pretty tight. So Kirk Cousins coming in to me is going to make them better.
They got a turnover.
I'm shocked that the Redskin fans were not upset. If they're not, they should be because Kirk Cousins, it wasn't his fault that he couldn't do everything on offense,
Right.
But I think Alex Smith coming in, the Redskins have him. I think Kirk Cousins would have been much better than Alex Smith. That's just my opinion. But I think Minnesota will pull it off.
I feel good about Minnesota this year. I think in that division, it'll be Minnesota and Green Bay. Even though with Khalil Mack, I don't think Chicago's going to have a great year. I think Minnesota at home in week 1, big to do. They have that nice new stadium, and I think they're going to be too much for Minnesota at home. So I've got Minnesota winning outright in that one.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. That's our picks. Don't forget, Madman Turned Santa. I know we mentioned it several times on the show. Make sure you get those letters sent in. Madman in the morning, P.O. Box 625, Cedar Bluff, Virginia. Send those letters in, guys. We're also taking donations. Make sure you send those in as well. All the help in the world. Make sure we get to that goal of 40 kids this year. We really want to make sure we take care of these kids.
And you don't have to look very far to see see people around you, maybe your neighbors or people from church or wherever you go, to see that there are very many families in need, and especially for these little kids that they have for Christmas. So let's make every child happy this year and let them have a good Christmas. Thank you, Madman.
And guys, we don't, we know we can't answer all the letters. There's just, you know, the funds don't only go so far, but we do want to try to take care of 40 kids this year. That's our goal. If we get more, that's fantastic. We'd love to take care of 45 or 50.
A lot of big hearts out there.
Big hearts. So whether it's a $5 donation or a $20 or $30 donation or more, just you know, send those donations in. Guys, it is going to be a great football week this week. We got NFL, we got college. It's time, guys. I got one more game on the board today. The dog of the week this week. Y'all are gonna be.
Are we gonna bark?
crazy. Yeah, there you go. Y'all are not gonna believe what I did a little research, did a little digging to find something this week. So Alabama is playing Arkansas State this week. I know Alabama blew out Louisville last week. It wasn't close. I don't think Louisville's defense is anywhere close to being the caliber defense it has been in the past 4 or 5 years. Lost a lot of starters. But also, I don't think Alabama's defense against a good offense is as good as what people think after the other night. Overreaction week. We see Alabama put up 51 points and we go, man, they got their quarterback. They're going to score a ton of points every week. They're going to blow people out, and they're the #1 team in the country, and they're going to win the rest of the season and go undefeated. Well, here's what I think happens this week. Huge letdown by Alabama. The quarterback is not going to play that good against every team he plays. They're on the road. They're not on the road. They play Arkansas State. They're favored by 38 points. Everybody in the world thinks Alabama's going to beat them 50-0. Guys, I predict that this game right here will be a heck of a lot closer than people anticipate. Arkansas State rules the Sun Belt and has for years. They reload. They will be ready. This is their Super Bowl. Dog of the week this week, out on a limb, Arkansas State against Alabama.
The Red Wolves.
I say go Arkansas. Woo!
Yeah,
Beat 'em.
I think they pull it out.
I hope you're right, friend.
Me too. I'm with
Man,
you.
that's I like it. I like where you're going.
I like that dog.
There you go. Guys, thanks. Madman,